We're on your side working to get answers for Birmingham families forced to move out of the Bankhead Towers when it was condemned back in September of last year. Some of those families are still living in hotels while management works to fix the problems within that building. Now, the couple we spoke with say it's been a struggle since they were forced to move out of Bankhead Towers. And we did reach out to past management for an update on the renovations and to address some of the concerns of residents. We're still waiting to hear back at this time. Now, the next legislative session at the State House opens in less than 2 weeks, and education funding will be at top of mind. We're on your side breaking down new crime statistics just released by the city of Homewood last year. The police department says overall crime in 2024 dropped 17% from 2023. And I'm Jonathan Skinner. Thank you again for being with us. We're following some breaking news to get started this morning from Bessemer. Right now, the school board there is meeting after the state superintendent, Dr. Eric Mackey, announced they're considering taking over the school district. Covering West Alabama, Carrollton's mayor is renewing the call to reopen their emergency room in the closed Pickens County Hospital after a second person died in just a 13-month span.
Yeah, that's really sad. And neighbors in the Caribbean recover from Hurricane Beryl.
Yeah, and your Brittany Dion is on your side with his heart-wrenching story of resilience and pleas for community support for those devastated by the storm. More jobs are coming to Alabama as the state's automotive industry keeps on growing. A parts company for electric cars has announced leaders will invest millions of dollars to expand operations in Auburn. What we know so far is that this Lux Ultra Lounge, a pretty popular spot downtown, was engulfed in flames just maybe about 15-20 minutes ago. A 12-year-old boy is in the hospital this morning after being shot in the back in East Birmingham. Now, it happened just after 3 Friday afternoon. That cause of the helicopter crash is still under investigation. Several agencies will be looking to this, including NTSB. And as we learn more details, we will share those with you as well. New now at 11, a big announcement that's shaking up the steel industry. U.S. Steel announcing this morning it has been acquired by Japanese company Nippon Steel for $14.9 billion. What's going on, Mickey? Yeah, I have just learned that I am 100 feet in the air with my good friend James Davis, who's going to be my good friend because he'll get us back home safely here. James, thank you for being with us today. So he is available for adoption.
Yes,
okay,
he is.
Okay, well, let's try to find Lars a good home today if that's possible.
Yes,
so,
we're open 1 to 5.
Okay, excellent. 1 to 5. Now, for people that want more information about Empty the Shelters, where can they go for that? And just how important is something like that for what you all do at the Humane Society? I'm here with my son, Brandon. We are at the Alabama Swim School at 24E in Pelham. And my good friend, Raphael, over here is teaching some of the kids how to swim. And we actually really learned a really cool tidbit about how carrot cakes came to be.
Yes.
Apparently from our First Alert meteorologist, Fred Hunter.
Yeah.
We have 2 different scenes here. This is outside of that club at the 900 block of 5th Avenue North, Club Aria there on that corner. That area sort of there is where the first shooting happened. That's where we believe that 5 people in total were shot. Now, this is outside of the UAB hospital emergency room. This is one of the vehicles that was shot, that UAB police car. This is actually the home right here where that 9-year-old was hit earlier this morning. This all happening around 2:30 a.m. That 9-year-old was transferred to Children's Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Typically, when you think of someone trying to break in and steal things out of your car, you think they're trying to steal a few different things, particularly maybe electronics you left out, like your camera, or maybe you left your wallet or your cell phone, or maybe even you had something in your back seat, like your laptop that you left out. You think they're trying to break in and steal those things, but the thieves in these cases, according to the victims, are actually going to their glove boxes. I'm already in the seat right now. You can see my arm is getting prepared. I'm not going to look over here at all at anything going on, but I am going to come over here to talk to our friend Paige Howard about this. Paige, thank you so much for being with us today. Take some more lessons. For now, reporting from Montebello, Jonathan Skinner, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side. All right, thanks, Sheldon. Well, a Christmas show on ice happens here at the Pelham Ice Arena. Thankfully, I won't be in the show, but we will talk to some of the people who are coming up on Good the Extra after the break. Well, we have somebody right now who has challenged us to a snowball fight. Mr. Mickey Ferguson. I know, he's hitting us right here. Hey, he's come out here in the suit. Oh, I got him, Jay. That was pretty good. Oh, God. All right, we're going to send it back. Send it back to the studio. When you venture into the 4th Avenue Historic District, take one look around, and you'll see a place that was once the pillar of Birmingham's black population. In the early 20th century, this is where black art, music, and economy thrived, despite fierce oppression brought on by Jim Crow. And today, it's where people still gather for that familiar sense of community, enjoying food, family, and fellowship. but especially art.
I use this piece of art particularly to capture the reality of adverse events in Birmingham.
Meet Devontae Ravizzi, Caleb Maxey, and Carrick Jordan. Birmingham friends turned brothers, combining creativity with activism and using both to make lasting impacts in the Magic City.
And I've kind of taken the initiative to rewrite narratives and create opportunity for people, the community.
Ravizzi is a musician and showrunner for a series called Five Little Penguins.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Through storytelling, he highlights the challenges and triumphs of life in Birmingham, with a raw look at the realities he and others have experienced growing up on the city's east side.
Crazy long story. I don't sugarcoat nothing, you know, because my life for me was never PG-13. It wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, R. It was TVMA. You know, I've seen some real stuff in my life. And I think that I approach art the same way.
And Ravizzi's not alone.
And the beautiful people that came before us will be pleased.
Yeah.
Right.
His creative partners, Maxey and Jordan, also share the desire to see change in the place they grew up.
We really wanted to begin to help some of our peers find ways to, get income. We need income. We need cash flow coming into some of these houses.
Maxey is the leader of a not-for-profit which works to promote development in housing, an effort he says is to open doors to financial freedom, while Jordan uses his skill set as a writer to educate.
I believe if we can accelerate people's learning, it kind of democratizes the opportunity.
Through his Milamu book series, he gives more people access to knowledge he says could change their lives.
So when we think about the people in the community, we think about the people in the city of Birmingham, a lot of their success, a lot of their the shift in their lives, I believe will come from the realization of what can be.
Along with another friend, Trenton Murphy, the group has been hosting an event called Black Night, bringing together creatives, community leaders, and residents for conversations to affect change.
Grew up thinking that I was meant to be in the streets, meant to, you know, sell dope, just because the hand that had been dealt to my family. But when I had realized that we had been cut off from the knowledge of our own history, it galvanized something in me. The history is all over the walls. You know, what makes Birmingham beautiful is the blood on the pavement that was here before we were, the wars that were fought, the people who died for freedom, the people who wouldn't take no for an answer. I think knowing the real true history of Birmingham is what makes the work impactful. It gives the work a place.
What started with a scroll on social media has led to about a dozen kids from this Trussville neighborhood rolling on their way to school on Wednesday mornings. Hello! The founder of the Magnolia Bike Bus, Audra Marshall, says she saw the idea on the Instagram page of Bike Bus World and thought it would be a great idea for kids in her neighborhood.
I came across Coach Balto's page, and he's one of the pioneers for bringing the Bike Bus Initiative over to the United States. Okay. So I said, why not? We can do this in our neighborhood, so we brought it here. It was actually pretty challenging. There are a lot of rules when it comes to enforcing things outside of the normal school bus system that schooling has. Right. But luckily I'm tapped into my neighborhood, so I was able to get our neighborhood. Now I'm working on the ones surrounding us.
And so far, she says the kids and parents have loved it.
On bike bus days, they're up. They don't have to push their kids to wake up in the morning. And even one of our bike bussers, she wanted her parent to ride with us specifically on her birthday because it's so special for her.
And Audra says if you're interested in starting a bike bus of your own, you can check out Bike Bus World like she did, or just email her, magnoliabikebus@gmail.com. Your reporter in Trussville, I'm Jonathan Skinner, WBRC 6 News, on your side. We're on Johns Road right now, where 96 acres or so here in West Jefferson County were impacted by a fire that happened yesterday. If you look over here, you can see some of the residue, what was left over from that fire. Thankfully, no injuries reported, but Hueytown Fire does have reason to believe, they say, that this fire was started purposefully, and that causes some great concern for some of the residents that we spoke with who live near and around this area. Of course, many residents want answers as to why this happened.
This is really our main transport. When I leave every day to go to work, I go this way. When I come home, I come this way. Dry as it is and windy as it's been lately, like I say, I'm within a mile of this location, probably a little closer. That's the last thing I want to do is lose everything that I own.
But when you see homes and you intentionally ignite a fire that you know has the potential to get there, that's insane.
One of the residents we spoke with says that they have a local business that has surveillance camera footage. They'll be sharing that with investigators to hopefully find the person or persons responsible for this. But again, no injuries reported and the fire is contained. So those are the positives of the situation right now. Reporting from Western Jefferson County, Jonathan Skinner, WBRC Fox 6 News on your side.
The bracelet really, I mean, it was a lifesaver. I'll put it that way.
Pell City resident Edith Word says that she got the location transmitting lifesaver bracelet for her now late husband Harvey after a scary few hours when he went missing.
Before my husband was actually diagnosed with Alzheimer's, he was a big walker. And one day he decided to go a different way, or explore, and got himself lost. And it took me almost 2 hours to locate him.
When she finally brought him back home safely, her family and friends told her about the Lifesaver project and the bracelet. She says it brought a sense of security to her, their children, and even Harvey. To get the bracelet, she contacted her local sheriff's department, who connected her with the project. Corporal Kent Smith with the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency says it's a vital tool in search and rescue missions, especially when every hour, minute, and second could be the difference between life and death.
The average search without a bracelet on nationwide was 9 hours, but with someone with the bracelet on operating properly, the search was only 30 minutes.
The bracelet uses radio frequencies unique to each person, so as rescue teams on the ground or in the air are getting closer and closer to a lost person, a chirping sound
gets louder and louder. And that's actually how we're able to pinpoint exactly where it is.
Like in this demonstration, where the law enforcement officer acts as a person lost but with the bracelet, and about 15 to 30 minutes later, he's found and on to safety.
My ultimate goal is to make sure that all of these families realize what they have access to with these devices.
It's a device that brought tranquility to Edith and the Word family during the final years of her husband's life.
It was a peace to know that if he should wander, he would be found.